Caitlin Clark's Olympic snub led to a reminder text from her old coach, Paris, shortly after she found out last month that she'd been left off the U.S. Olympic women's basketball team roster. Caitlin Clark received a text from her high school coach. Kristin Meyer wanted to remind Clark how she responded the last time anyone dared tell her she wasn't good enough. In May 2018, as Clark was finishing her sophomore year of high school, she flew to Colorado Springs to try out for the U.S. U17 World Cup team. Clark expected to make the cut since she had been a rotation player on the team that helped the U.S. qualify for the U17 World Cup the previous summer. In those days, Clark wasn't yet inundated with autograph requests, social media followers, or endorsement deals, but glimpses of her now familiar splashy game were already visible. Here was this wisp of a girl bombing long-range threes, whipping high-risk passes through traffic and shaking defenders in transition with behind-the-back dribbles. Meyer remembers thinking Clark played well during tryouts, but the USA Basketball Youth Selection Committee had a wealth of future college stars to pick from. 8 of the 12 players from the previous year's U16 team made the cut. Clark was the highest-ranked prospect of the 4 that the committee chose not to bring back. She actually broke her pinky early in the tryouts, but I don't think that was necessarily the determining factor, Meyer told Yahoo Sports. There were just some players that I guess the committee thought played better. At the same time that the likes of Haley Jones, Paige Buchers, and Aaliyah Boston began preparing to lead the U.S. U17 World Cup team to a gold medal in Belarus, Clark returned home to Des Moines, Iowa, to work on her craft. The embarrassment of getting cut and the realization that there were other players ahead of her inspired Clark to keep searching for ways to improve instead of coasting on her talent. She always worked hard and loved being in the gym, but there was a different level of maturity to her that summer, Meyer said. She just had this kind of locked-in attitude when she was in the gym. She was really driven to get better. Between the end of tryouts and the start of her junior season, Clark made a big leap. All the key elements of her game became sharper, Meyer said, from her handle to her decisions with the ball in her hands to her shooting percentages at all 3 levels. Caitlin 1.0 might go for an unnecessarily risky no-look pass or rise and fire from 27 feet early in the shot clock. Caitlin 2.0 resisted that temptation more often and,